Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank to the International Wood Culture and Society to provide me the big change to this such important event. My name is Louxiong Siakor from the Faculty of Forestry, National University of Lao. So I would like to talk about laboratorization of glue bond stamping of various types of adhesive or glue in various conditions for plantation timber species of Lao. Forestry in Laos and overview. The total land area of the Lao PDR could be 23.7 million hectares, which 40% is covered by the forest. Emerging forest plantation industry is about 160,000 hectares in 2005. Industry based on smallholder and cooperative grower. Commercial species include thick eucalyptus, acacia rubber plantation were also established within the country. Wood and wood products account for 12% of our government revenue, or is equal to 57 million US dollar. The Lao government plan to have 500,000 hectares of plantation by the 2020. The objective of the topic is to determine the most appropriate practice and equipment in order to meet requirements and criteria for strengthening and performance of glue component and product. Motivation. Using small dimension, plantation timber usually requires joining smaller elements into larger components. Lack of knowledge on wood grain product affect the quality of product and limit return to manufacturing company. Knowledge on wood property, safe preparation, and bonding condition is important for especially difficult to glue such as thick and eucalyptus come to lancing. Request from the industry for strengthening and performance requirement for the market. Research training for the National University of Lao staff to build capacity for further educational and technology transfer to join the AEC. Experimental plan. The two species were selected for the testing. So we select only the keen rice pencil board of thick and eucalyptus for the testing. All the boards are from 15 to 20 years old of plantation in Laos. So the board will be cut into the length of 40 centimeters, and then we surface to make sure we can see the surface of the board clear, because we don't need the nut, gum, and any surface checking, because they have a big impact to the glue stamping. Prior to the adhesive braiding, we put all the board together in the conditioning room to make sure all the board have the same level of moisture content at 12%. All the board will be surfaced to make sure the board have a clean surface. And we also do the visual assessment for the wood properties such as rubber grain, number of ground ring with the individual board. We also do for the timber preparation, we have to count for the number of battery produce on the surface, because these information also have a big impact to the glue bonding stamping. The four type of adhesive was used for the experiment. The one we have PVA, second one we have cross-linking PVA, the third one we have polyurethane, and the last one we use epoxy. Before and after we apply the glue, we also weight this board sample to make sure we apply the appropriate amount of glue. That we use that machine prepared for the sample. The laminate board will be cut into three sections. But the two small end block will be used to assess for a specific gravity, moisture content, and number of knife marks. But for the middle, the longer in the middle one will be cut in 5 small blocks here to assess for the shear strengthening. We cut it according to the ASTM standards. Then 4 exposure conditions were used to treat the specimen before we testing. So for the dry use application, we have curd, non-treatment, or elevated temperature, and we also have 3 cycles soaked in water for dry use application. For the waste use application, we have boiling. For shear strength and wood failure recurrence for laminate joint at 12% of moisture content, we have performance classification and exposure connection for dry use and wet use. We also have the laminate joint in shear for shear strength in average group. For example, for the curve to be at least 7.1, and for individual minimum to be 3.7, and for the wood failure in average group average to be 30%, and for individual minimum no requirement. Criteria for shear strength and wood failure. We assess the shear strength by this machine and install universal machine used to assess for shear strength. After the testing the wood failure, and we also assess for the area of wood failure. For the wood property, we have a specific gravity for a two species at 12% of moisture content. For the thick, we have 0.75 and 0.85 for eucalyptus commercial lanceet. Number of growing per 19.1 millimeter, so we have around 5.2 to 6.4 in total. The result of the slope of grain also have a big impact to the bonding strengthening. Average shear strength by compression, loading per species, and treatment. There is experiment to show that PVA with eucalyptus show the best result for a dry application, especially for the curve. We also have PVA, cross-linking PVA and polyurethane also show attractive result for curve design, while epoxy show lower result. When compared between the two type of adhesive, so PVA and cross-linking PVA not sufficient. But when compared for all of the dry use application, PVA show better result than cross-linking PVA. And for the wet use application, PVA and cross-linking PVA need to be considered because the result show very low. So we need to select the right adhesive with the right species, because some species have change a lot in dimension with the different moisture content level. For example, eucalyptus in restock eucalyptus show very low result when compared to the thick species. For roof failure curve, group average to be at 30% of roof failure. So we have thick with PVA and cross-linking PVA can meet the root catchment. We also have a eucalyptus commercial lanceet with polyurethane meet the root catchment as well. But for 3 cycle soak in water, not applicable. And also for high temperature, group average to be at least 20% of roof failure, but the results for non-combination meet the root catchment. And for the boiling, for the last one, group average to be at least 25%, and the results for non-combination made to catchment as well. So recommendation, our both species perform reasonably well. At this stage, only PVA laminate thick and eucalyptus would be able to meet shear strength catchment to dry application. High dimensional changing or sinking. For example, eucalyptus commercial lanceet is problematic when using less flexible adhesive, for example, epoxy and polyurethane. Extra care during both preparation and selection is very important for a glue strengthening. Further research is required to fully assess the impact and pressing pressure and also the factory preparation on the mechanical property of joint and optimize bond line mechanical property for waste use application. National testing facility for assessment of product quality and performance incorporating teaching method and teaching for equipment. Very important for the Lao product because almost the Lao product sent to overseas, only few companies can do that. So almost of the company only produce for domestic. So acknowledgement. So I would like to thank to the Australian Center for International Agricultural Research, the University of Melbourne, the National University of Laos, and all of 122 team members to support the project. Thank you very much.